Okay, you all, I'm back. So I actually went to the person who is trying to say that the person on that video is VS's daughter. And I think his name is Blue Bankroll or something to that extent. I do not know him. But I did click on his link. I did click on his link because I had questions to ask him. So I did click on his link. And so I got kicked off, which is fine. I mean, hey, you win some, you lose some. But I have my own platform. And what I was trying to tell this individual who's playing this clip of this young lady in the bathtub, and people are putting two and two together, saying that this is VS's daughter. I had a question to ask him, and I'm like, hey, I understand what you're doing. I said, hey, I'm from the beef sector where, I know this person. So I said, I don't know you. And really, I don't have any smoke with this person. But what I did say is, how do you know this? And how did you get this information? You said you had court documents. Where did you get those documents? Because again, a lot of people, sir, are saying that you got the wrong documents. And I just wanted to make sure you had the right documents, because if you have the wrong documents and you're saying that that's that lady's daughter, then you can open yourself up to a lot of mess. That's all I'm saying. And I just hope that you're protected, because baby, the people are litigious over in the beef sector, and they will take you to court in a heartbeat. So hopefully, what you got is solid, and it'll hold up in the court of law if you go to court. And you better be careful where you got it from, because some people will give you stuff to set you up. And, you are going at it in an angry fashion. And I didn't do anything to you. I just asked you a question. No, he said, did you read my title? Well, no, I didn't read your title. But my thing is, you are saying that that person is the daughter of someone else's in a sector that we know of. And I just wanted to know, A, how did you get that information? And do you know if that's the correct person? Now, y'all, I ain't trying to be no scientist here. I ain't trying to be no scientist. That lady is older. I am 53. And say if now, please help me do the math. How old is VS? I know VS is not older than I am. Maybe VS may be in her 40s. Is VS in her 40s? So if VS is in her 40s, then that makes that girl maybe 20. Because I'm just thinking, if she's in her 40s, then she had to have that child right during high school, right during high school. But my thing is, how do we know that? Because that lady looks a little old. And so my thing is, we better make sure that that's the person before we start pointing fingers and saying that's that lady's daughter. And that's all I'm just asking, because again, people don't think things out. So Fly Uchi, what has happened is that I got information on a video. Somebody sent me a video, and I looked at the video, and the lady looked a lot like VS. Not saying that she's related to VS. She looked a lot like VS. Then I started reading the chat, and people are saying that that's VS's daughter. That's VS's daughter with her brother. That's what they're saying in the chat. That's exactly what they're saying in the chat. And I'm like, what? And then VS is on saying that's not true, and so on and so forth. And so a lot of stuff is going back and forth. So they are saying they went through court records, got the name, and found her daughter. And so they're playing this video with this young lady on in a bathtub. naked, talking about all kind of sexual acts, and I mean and the person doesn't sound all together, and they're trying to say that that person is VS's daughter, which we don't know. I don't know. I ain't seen the court case. I haven't seen the files, but I was just asking the person, how did you get those files? How do you know that this is what you say it is? And did you go through it? Who was the source? Who was the source for this? And again, y'all, I'm not a VS fan, but you gotta know that people try to set folk up. People try to set folk up. They really do. And I just say y'all watch again. Now I'm gonna say this. It goes back to that Larry Nelson thing. I'm like, handle that in the court. Let the court handle that. Baby, they had dude stress the hell out because of this situation. Um, and a lot was said. And it doesn't feel good when someone says something about you that isn't true or isn't correct. Now, I don't know if this is true or not because we're just hearing this. VS said this is not true. These people are going with it. So I went over there and baby, they kicked me all out the room. But my thing wasn't to be disrespectful. It was to really ask a question. How do you know that this is her daughter? How do you know these things? You said you had court documents. How did you confirm those court documents? Did it verify address? Did it verify people's names? Do you know her folks' name? Do you know all of this? Did it give you all of this stuff? Because when you start saying that you got this evidence, you better make sure that it is the right evidence. You better make sure it's the right evidence. You better make sure that you got this right because you can find yourself in court. And that's all I'm saying. This is some serious stuff. These are serious allegations. This ain't no you on food stamps and no, this is saying that your family member did this, and because your family member did this, this was the result of this, and then you plan the video saying that this is this person's daughter. Uh, so anyway, you all, I'm getting ready to break out. Just be careful and just look at all the evidence before making a decision. Peace and love.